So this is Christina from Animals in Distress. So Animals in Distress was founded in 1967 and it was founded by Sylvia Durham over in the Manchester area. Over many years we've swapped and changed and got other places, but now we've finally settled on a place in Littleborough and a place in Earlham. We cover every animal you can think of, from puppy like I've got here, to chickens that you can hear in the background, and horses and everything, even reptiles. So you name it, we do it. So the original goal was to alleviate pain and suffering in all animals, no matter how that be. And why I say that is because if you picked up a hit and run from an animal off the street, so say a car's run over a dog and the dog's in a really bad state, even if you put it to sleep, you're stopping it from suffering any further later on down the line. But our main goal is to save them all and rehabilitate them and release them or rehome them. 90% of the time things get saved and released and rehomed and just brought back to health really. The puppy over here, he was ditched on the moors and he was ditched on the moors on his own. He was only 3 months old and we've done lots and lots of work on him and he will be rehomed. So this is like a really good one. Most of them do, to be honest, but the sad ones really get to you because you love every single animal that you have, whether it's a chicken, a snail, a spider, you love them all. And like I said, the main goal is to get them back to health, but it's not always possible. So the sanctuary started back in 1967 by a lady named Sylvia Durham. Sylvia Durham was my grandma and she started it with my auntie Catherine. And what they did was my grandma had polio disease from the war and there was that many animals on the street, like packs of dogs and wild cats and things, that just needed somewhere and someone to love them. But because of my grandma's hard work when she first started it, she actually got an MBE off the Queen. So she went and met the Queen and ended up having an MBE given to her from the Queen herself. Everyone was invited to Buckingham Palace and things to meet her, and that's always kind of stuck with her really. So at the Littleborough Sanctuary itself we have horses and donkeys, quite a few of. Obviously the birds that are walking around this, it's like geese and ducks that are domesticated. And we've always kind of had ducks, geese, chickens and horses that we take them in, rehabilitate them, make them better, and then we release them again with a hedgehog or a bird of prey or a pigeon. They all get sorted. But like your ducks and your geese, they're domesticated, you can't release them because they wouldn't survive in the wild. So they've got their own little enclosures on a night that they enjoy, but they're like long-term stayers because as well, people don't want geese in the garden because they're destructive. So the typical day at the shelter is not kind of an easy one to answer, and I'll explain why. So your general running, like your cleaning, your mucking out, your feeding, your watering, that's jobs that you do every day. So the same animals get done the same way, they all go out to where they need to be. That bit is simple and typical every day. Sometimes your horses break out, so you've got to find 21 more horses on the moor somewhere and bring them back. That's not a typical day, but it happens, you know. And then because the phone rings so constantly, your day changes every single second because you don't know what that phone's going to do. Say if people wanted to start off their own sanctuary, help at a sanctuary that needs it first. Yeah. But you end up, if there's too many sanctuaries in one area, you're all fighting for donations, and there's not enough money to go around to keep you going, but you're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, you may as well just make one big sanctuary.
Yeah, and the more people that help you, the bigger you can be and the more animals you can save, which costs less money overall for all the sanctuaries. It's pointless me paying for a building that they're paying for a building that they're paying for a building. If we've all got one big building, you could take in more animals and it costs you the same amount for that one building that it does for 5. So I'd like people to understand that rescue is not easy and it's not all plain sailing. But equally, as much as we want to help absolutely everybody, sometimes we're in positions where we can't. Like cats at the minute, there's so many cats, we just have no space for any more cats. And sometimes the community kind of blame us and treat it like it's our duty. And in a way, it is our duty because that's what we do. But when we say we're full, we generally mean we're full. I'd never ever turn an animal away if I had space. If I'm turning it away, it's because I genuinely don't have any space. We're saying no, it's for a reason, but the animal is yours until somebody says yeah. Please don't think it's our responsibility when you got the animal in the first place. You know, wildlife's different, but a lot of people with their own animals. I'm moving out tomorrow and I can't take my cat with me, and I say I've got no space today, try next week, we should have some space then. Well, I need it gone today, but you will have known before the moving out date that you had to get rid of the animal, so you need to put yourself in place and put the animal first. But if we're saying no, it is definitely for a reason. But sanctuaries, they are amazing and we do everything we can, but sometimes we have to say no. And I've had to learn over many, many years that it's not our responsibility unless we have the space. So the most rewarding part is I see them all come in and I see the change in them, like, because I've been here forever, like the change in the animals by just giving them love and care and attention, everything that they need, is just next to none. Like the puppy you've got walking around, he couldn't walk when we first got him because he was too frightened to move, and the amount of time and effort we've put into him, or I've put into him, I've been doing a lot of one-to-one with him. He's now a puppy that is being a puppy, you know, and he loves it, and it's so rewarding because you get to, it's like an animal that comes in with depression, and you get to get them out of the depression and get them to trust people again and trust the process of life, and you know, get them used to sounds and noises and their daily routine, and that is just so rewarding. We have special schools that come up, and the schools for children that have trauma or have ADHD or autism and things like that, and it's just amazing now that back in my day they didn't have schools that were specific for children that needed the extra help. And the schools that we support all schools, but the particular schools in question, they have like respite days here once a week, which helps us, but it helps them as well. With this charity, we don't just pay for advertisement willy-nilly. We've used mainly free platforms like your TikTok and your Facebook and things, but the only snag to doing that is only people that see it online see it.